today here on Active Reload, we're giving our top 5 favorite first-person shooter multiplayer maps. We might go down
first-person shooter.
First-person shooter maps. First-person shooter, not Battlefield, or not Battle Royale maps, not third-person shooter maps. They're different. So that's what we're going to do today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's freaking get into it. All right, let's get things going. We're going to start with our OLI, outside looking in, honorable mentions, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call
outside looking in. It's gonna
not in any order either.
Not in any order. Yeah. The OLI is not in any order, but we both have top 5s. So we're going to go through it right now. My OLI, my first OLI, Sinai Desert.
Oh,
Battlefield
I know
1.
that one.
This was maybe one of the best beta maps of all time.
I think it might have been might have been the best beta of all time.
Yeah. Battlefield 1, it's the big desert map. It's got a train on it. It can be done. You can play all the classes you want and have a good time regardless. Yeah. I think it really showcased the best parts of Battlefield 1. And
the flying was so good.
Flying was awesome. It's great. I love Sinai Desert. It's amazing.
Yeah. And that's when I learned that if you lay on your belly and shoot, dust gets all over your gun. I noticed that in the beta, and I was like, wow, what a
that was also
attention to detail.
In Battlefield 1 where they have, I mean, I think they kept this too, but in some of the other ones, but you could have like special weapons that'll pop up.
Yeah.
And I think Sinai Desert had the elephant gun, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
too.
It was a sniper or something.
Yeah, it was a big elephant gun, and you could like damage vehicles with it and stuff.
There's like a little town far in the desert.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like a little oasis town, a couple buildings. So cool.
It was awesome. Sinai Desert's awesome. There's a couple of those maps for me on Battlefield 1.
I mean, we could do Battlefield all day in this entire video.
So we should have done. We should, your top 5 favorite Battlefield maps. No. All right, so that's my first one.
All right, can I tell you mine?
Go ahead.
Okay. Facing Worlds, I should mention that. Unreal Tournament. Classic arena map. 2 towers facing each other in outer space or in like Earth orbit, and you see the big planet.
I know this one.
Earth right outside. Everybody knows this one. It's in almost everybody's top 10.
It doesn't really get much better than that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I think it's
really good capture the flag mode in that.
They used that as like a premise for a couple of Halo maps. I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
So Narrows.
There you go.
It's 2 bases with a bridge, or in case of Facing Worlds, it's 2 little mini bridges that kind of go over the a fall.
Yeah.
Great classic arena map.
There you go. My next one, Villa, Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six.
I love Villa.
Can you explain what that one is?
It's a villa in an Italian countryside.
Okay, so it has the basement.
Yes.
Like the rock.
Yes. It's got, it's like a brick house, brick villa, if you will. There's like red carpeting or red rug in certain areas.
A lot of paintings on the walls.
Yeah, a lot of people will defend like the bar office area first and then go to astrology and bedroom next. That's like the favorites.
That's a ranked map?
It's a ranked map. Yeah, it's awesome. I love Villa. I think it is a great siege map. I think there's a couple different ways you can attack it. I do think there are better siege maps. Hint, hint. But I love Villa. Villa's great.
Okay, I'm going to do an honorable mention here with a siege map. House.
Yeah. Doctor.
And I like the original House. I don't like the remaster or remake that came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a rework of nothing. It was still unplayable and ranked.
Yeah.
I just like it. It was a great casual match. It was a great 1v1 siege map. And it was fun with 5v5 as well. It's just once you get in the upper echelon of pro players, like it's just gets you can exploit every angle.
House was famously too, that first version of House was the one that was famously in the trailer that they first showed.
But they also showed the gameplay of Siege, and it wasn't quite gameplay. It was like a little mix of CG.
Yeah,
it was
much more
Ubisoft
cinematic. I remember they threw a drone down and it looked like a glow stick.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah.
Cool though. When that game first came out, it was amazing.
Okay. My last one, because we only have 3 OLIs. Crash from COD 4.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary map. One that they did on the remaster as well, that I think they did a very solid job of.
And a Christmas map.
Especially, for the remaster. And it was
a night.
It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's where
airstrikes were,
it was Santa on the reindeer. Yeah. A rare, solid night map that you don't get very often anymore. But yeah, Crash is iconic in my opinion. One of the more iconic Call of Duty maps. I think everybody, if
For sure.
they grew up playing Call of Duty, can kind of point at Crash and be like, "Oh, I know what that is." I think my second favorite COD 4 map, hint, hint.
Okay. I got a
So, yeah,
I
Crash.
got some on here. All right. So I got two more. I'm going to bing through them.
Okay.
Insurgency, Tideway. So it was in Sandstorm, Insurgency, Sandstorm. They brought it back from the Insurgency Source game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really hardcore. I don't know if you, I mean, Insurgency is already hardcore.
Yeah.
But it required smokes has, what is that called? Territories map where you capture A.
Oh, right.
It's called Push.
It's like Rush.
Yeah,
Kind of.
exactly. And you plant and then you go up, or you capture and you go up the
Right.
flags. But it had a really good progress from the first map or the first flag to the last one. It's so cool. Very, very hard. Sniper friendly for sure.
Okay.
And the other one is Day of Defeat. I don't know if you've ever played Day of Defeat, the old one and Source. Avalanche. That was a typical tug of war map where you go up a slope of like an Italian World War II ridden map.
Yeah.
Really cool. Hardcore, very hard. Still play today. If you go play Day of Defeat Source right now, Avalanche should be the most populated.
I think
map.
the one that I think of when I think is that's similar like that is one from Asanzo,
Okay.
where they have there's it's like you start at the bottom of a cliffside,
Yeah.
and you have to push your way up.
Uh-huh.
That's-
It's like that, but
I mean,
imagine that just
different.
in a smaller setting city,
Okay.
and it's just uphill. So, and
Okay.
there's a lot of places that the map offers you to do different classes.
Your roles,
your
yeah, okay.
roles, and
Okay.
it's a lot of fun.
All right. So now we're getting into top 5. We'll bounce back and forth. Go from my 5, his 5, so on and so forth.
Okay, this is going to be serious.
It's time. Hey, it's time to game. I think we'll cut that. Number 5 on the list for me. This is where I'll play video here. Shref. Number 5 on the list for me. One of my favorite maps. Cafe Dostoyevski.
That is
Rainbow Six Siege.
That's the best map on Siege,
This has gone through a couple of reworks, I think,
but not
maybe
too
one.
much. Like they changed the front entrance, and that's about it.
Yeah, there hasn't been it hasn't become unrecognizable.
Yeah.
But Cafe Dostoyevski, this is a fantastic map. I think this map, funny enough, kind of has like a cozy vibe for me. When you go into it, it's very like Christmas feeling and like very holiday themed, as you can kind of see here in the video.
I get Die Hard.
That's that's perfect. I'm sure that they had that in mind too, kind of like a similar feeling to that. You're in like a Russian cafe, and there's a bunch of different points of egress and entry, and I think each different favorite site that's played on this map plays drastically different, which is something that I like in Siege. You're not doing
The cafe part on the original map was brutal.
yeah, and there's and they do have some of that, especially upstairs. The upstairs part of cafe can be a very both pain to defend sometimes, and then also to attack because it's on the 3rd floor.
Also,
so.
the 3rd floor, you could jump out the window, get the people coming into the side.
Yep, and they stopped. I think Cafe was like the reason that they stopped putting ACOG scopes on a lot of the defenders because people were just peeking that window.
Yeah, and that's
And
when
dying.
it started to suck.
Yeah. But this is one of my favorite maps. I adore Cafe. Whenever I see it on the map, there's only one other map, hint, hint, that I'll pick in front of it.
Okay.
I'm really hinting.
Yeah.
But Cafe Dostoyevsky, this is a fantastic map. I love it. And again, it's a lot of the vibes and just the feeling for it. And again, they all the different sites kind of can play differently depending on how you're playing and the characters that you have allotted to you. And I think all the different types of weapons work well too. So it's good. I love it. I love this map. Cafe Dostoyevsky.
Cool.
It's awesome.
I bet Chalet's on here.
No, Chalet's not. I hate Chalet.
I love Chalet.
I'm sorry.
All right. I don't like a lot of those maps anymore, but
Chalet
All right.
also got a rework. So yeah. Next
Okay.
one for you. Number 5.
Battlefield Bad Company 2,
Okay.
Arica Harbor.
Arica. Hey, barely know her.
Because I can't have Gears of War gridlock.
Yep, sorry. We it's first person shooter. That was the rule.
I know. You're right.
So that's what I did.
Arica Harbor is unique. Well, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is unique in general, but it's unique because it's a great rush map and conquest map. But the rush part, you start in the desert that you saw earlier, and it's a long trek from point A to the next flag, the first flag. And so it becomes an only vehicle
Yeah.
mode in that game.
This is really taking me back right here.
Yeah. So just right here, like it's mostly you need vehicles to get there, or else you're going to get picked off. And then once you get there into this town right here, it starts to make it. It starts to be a smaller map.
Yeah.
And then as it goes on, it gets bigger and then smaller and then bigger and then smaller. I think it's such a good Battlefield map. Probably one of a lot of people's favorite of all time. This is one of the reasons why Bad Company 2 is loved so much is because of this map. This is peak DICE map making.
I think they've brought this map back a couple times too, if I'm not mistaken.
It was back in 2042 as a
Portal.
A
Portal map. Yeah. One of my favorite things about watching these older ones too, quote unquote older games, when it comes to multiplayer anyways, is how much like when you see somebody kill somebody now, like the thing that pops up is usually quick and like very quick and to the point. When you see on this, it just says killing an enemy plus 50 and then the name pops up. It's a lot of stuff that just pops up on your screen. That's like, okay, I get it.
This game was extremely balanced well.
I never played Bad Company 2. I played Battlefield 3 was the first one.
Yeah,
actually, Battlefield 1943 was the first one that I really got into. And then Battlefield 3 after that. So shout out to
this is such a good
Battlefield.
Such a good map.
Yeah.
I have another one coming, but
okay. Next one for me, number 4. This one, I got a love-hate relationship with this map. I'll be honest with you. I got to find it first. I can't remember. It is Terminal from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Terminal, a legendary map.
This was I think this was the open beta map, right? I think
I think so. I think when that was
it's a long time ago.
I was going to say that was 15 years ago now.
I think this is definitely my first COD.
Does this come from the map where you get off the elevator and waste everyone?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's based on that mission from this game. Yeah. I enjoy this map, especially I think when they've tried to remake this map, not remake, quote unquote, but bring it back 30,000 times. But I think it worked the best when it was playing on the original Modern Warfare 2. When you bring maps back, you can kind of struggle because the weapons are different and the balance is different and stuff like that. And I still think to this day that this is the best version of Terminal is in the original Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, so
I like this map.
I think it's very unique in terms of like the layout and everything like that, and running in and out of stores. You're running around luggage and stuff like that, and I think it's something that's incredibly unique for, at least at the time.
There's some unique sniper spots too, right? Yeah. Where he's kind of looking to the left. Well, and there's a little island right there, and you can snipe in.
One of the things that I always remember too was the amount of like people that were trying to glitch out of this map, because there's so many things you can kind of climb up.
This game had so many glitches. Yeah. When I look at this map, I just think of the guy lunging with.
When he had Commando.
When he had Commando lunging, and there is no aim punch in this game.
No.
So
especially with a certain amount of guns, like
you can run through bullets, and it's just
it's
this was a wild west of Call of Duty, but it was really fun. It was COD 4, but up to 11.
Right. Yeah. They took everything that they loved from the multiplayer of COD 4 and were like, hey, what if we just added more?
Let's just make more.
Let's just do more of that.
I mean, it's really good, though. I like this map, too.
This is a great map. So Terminal is my number 4 on the list.
Okay, number 4 for me, the greatest Battlefield map of all time.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Gulf of Oman.
Oh, Gulf of Oman.
Which is from Battlefield 2.
Man, I didn't see that coming.
But it was remastered in Battlefield 3. And then I think it came to 4 as well.
Yeah. It's been on a couple of Battlefields, I think.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's not quite Wake Island, which is the most iconic.
I was going to say that's on every Battlefield.
Yeah, it's on every single one of them. But this one has a great conquest, and I love right there where they take off. You start in a carrier, and then you go across the beach, and you make your way up to the city right here.
Mm-hmm. Iconic.
And in Battlefield 2, there would be huge choke points where things just like heavy shelling all the time. This one, it has destruction. So all the heavy shelling resulted into buildings that you can't traverse
Levolution
anymore.
is what they called it, yeah.
And it just opened it up so much. And I like the Battlefield 3 version a lot more. It also is the perfect Battlefield map to where if you like vehicles, or if you like infantry, you like sniping, you like helicopter.
Is this the map where the incredibly famous clip from Battlefield 3 came from, where the guy ejects and then snipes the guy out of the other jet?
I think that's Caspian Border.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was this map,
but it has something similar to where like there's a this one that has a crane that you can climb all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite Battlefield map. I love it every single time I play that thing. I just cannot stop. I could do a 24-hour map with that.
It's a good pick. I like it too. I like it. Number 3 on the list for me. On number 3, my favorite Infinity Ward map of all time for Call of Duty. Overgrown.
You picked COD this 4. One.
From COD 4. This is from the remaster what we're looking at, and I think it still plays pretty similar.
It's the same. I just played it the other day.
Yeah, it still plays pretty well. One of my favorite things about Overgrown is you can kind of, again, similar to my Siege map, you can kind of play this in a bunch of different ways and experience different fights in a bunch of different ways, depending on how you play it.
It's kind of a small map, isn't it?
It's a large map for
It's bigger for Call of Duty. Yeah, it's a bigger map. Yeah. And that's what I like it, because it's bigger, but at times, depending on how you're playing this map, it can feel very close quarters and tight at the same time. You can play as a sniper on this map and have a very good time. You can play as this person and run the M16.
Who's terrible.
You could run the M16 and never have issues on any single map on COD 4.
He's running, you can. And
M16 is the
he has a noob tube.
Ever made.
This guy is hilarious.
But then you can also run around with the MP5 and have a good time on this map too.
Yeah, it's pretty versatile, but it's pretty dominated by snipers.
Oh yeah, that's like the thing that they tell you is, hey, this is Overgrown. If you have a ghillie suit on, you can lay down and play a certain style.
I think Call of Duty 4 has great maps. I'll mention it in a second, but you can get on top of this building. This has really good jumps. So I guess secret jumps. You can climb up that wall right there to get on this building to where you can just head peek.
A lot of the earlier CODs had that, where there was like somebody would make a YouTube video 15 years ago, be like, hey, I found this secret, and then everybody would be using it.
It's risky though.
And the other thing is too, because it was a different time, it would take the developer like months to patch it out. So that would be the meta for months, and then they would patch it. Where now, if you find a exploit or something, it's usually gone by the end of the week.
Well, it wasn't an exploit on this map.
Not an exploit, but you know what I mean.
You can they gave you the tools to get there. It's a garbage can, and that you can climb up.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. Where it's like when they put the garbage can there, they weren't like, oh, this person's going to get on top of this and then on top of this building somehow, and then be able to snipe from there without anybody being able to really get up there.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. But yeah, Overgrown. This is I love this map. This is one of my favorite maps ever.
Yeah,
well, obviously. So Overgrown. That's my number 3.
My number 3. I'm going to stick with Call of Duty 4 here. I think, in my opinion, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, that changed the face of video games, has launched with the best collection of maps in video game history, and I'll stand with that. I think that every single map, and there's a lot of them, are really good. My favorite out of those was Crossfire.
Okay.
Crossfire is kind of a unique map for Call of Duty 4 because it has 3 lanes like normal, but they're right on top of each other. The middle lane is a street that you want to avoid, so you want to stay around the perimeter. And they both have like a dog leg out on either end.
And you can fire into the other lanes, which is basically from wherever you were at.
So it makes like a really cool front line, and then you're firing across it, and that's why it's perfectly named Crossfire. I love this map. This is a lot of people would like to camp in this map, but
this is also a very big map for Call of Duty too. This is a huge map for a lot of, especially early Call of Duties.
This guy who's playing right now is doing a great job of showcasing. He's just going up and down the lanes, and this is perfect. This is bringing back so many memories.
This is the one that I remember. This is a different version of Call. By the way,
this is modded out.
This is modded out. But I mean, you're looking at the map. This is the one that I remember the most with the biggest exploit is when you could go down basically the opposite side of where he is looking and you can get on top of the biggest building up there and basically run out of the map. I remember seeing that everywhere. I remember seeing that everywhere for a while, and then eventually they got to patching it out. But again, it took months for them to be like, all right, we got to get rid of this.
There's an achievement you can slice all the watermelons.
Yep. And then in the campaign on this map, there's also an achievement that's like the first half of this game where you have to knock out all of the TVs with Al-Assad on it.
Yeah, that's right.
I did that.
This is a great map for running the undetected perk.
Not Dead Silence. Ghost?
It wasn't called Ghost in this one yet. It was just Dead Silence. I don't know. Where or UAV jammer, that's what it's called. And with a suppressor on an MP5 or something, and you just go flank people, and it's great. And you can really control the spawns in this game, and it's awesome. So you can dominate in this map. It's fun.
It was good.
A lot of fun.
I like Crossfire.
I think this
bringing back memories.
This is peak Call of Duty for me.
This is probably the one that I played the most on, where it was just like private games. Like this is what I remember this map on specifically. It's just private games and messing around, mainly because of the exploits.
It's a great sniper map.
Yeah,
because you can just meet on either ends of the street.
Yeah. All right, next one. We're down to number 2, right? Yeah, number 2. Next one for me is. Let me get back to the playlist here. Next one for me, my favorite Siege map, and one that I will pick every single time I see it on the map picker or whatever, the voting for Rainbow Six Siege. It's Oregon. The rework of Oregon. Yeah. Specifically the rework. This to me was Siege. Their rework for Siege was, or their rework for Oregon was like the best rework that they did. I remember originally not loving this map, but then when this rework came out, I thought they nailed the execution of it. I think there are favorites for defense depending on which side you want to play or which site you want to play on, and you're in a pretty decent position. But there, again, similar thing as Cafe. There's multiple points of egress and entry that you can kind of play in multiple different ways if you're an attacker. It does lean a little bit more into certain classes that are maybe a little bit better, or certain operators, that are a little bit better. But it's still one of my favorite maps. It looks incredible, and I think that a lot of like one of my favorite things about certain Rainbow Six Siege maps is you're able to really tell where you're at without knowing immediately like where the person is that you're viewing, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean.
And I think that's like there's some maps that are kind of difficult for that to see when you're spectating somebody or something like that, and difficult to develop callouts for. But a lot of it can be done pretty quickly when it comes to something like Oregon, and that's one of my favorite parts about Oregon. It's awesome.
I loved the original Oregon. I thought it was a lot of fun. I also loved the original look of this game, where it was a lot more darker, like inside. A lot more lighting.
The more that this game became competitive, the more they had to get rid of that, because they were like, we can't have people dying.
Hide in the shadows. Yeah,
exactly.
But to me, I thought that was more fun. But in my opinion, I think Rainbow Six Siege was one of the greatest video games of all time, but you can't get there anymore. It's not there anymore. It's evolved into something else.
Right, it's different.
And it's still good. It's just that to me is so disappointing.
Just the style of it's different. Yeah. And some people love it, some people hate it. But yeah, this is Oregon number 2. It's funny it says number 2 there. Number 2 on my list. So what is yours?
Okay.
You're number 2.
I was only sticking with one franchise. And so if I was to pick, except for Battlefield, because I chose 2, but Battlefield Bad Company and the original Battlefield a little different. Now this one is Halo, and my favorite Halo map is Zanzibar.
Zanzibar. This is the one with the big windmill, right?
Yep.
Shout out to Polygon. We're sorry.
Thanks, Polly. And this one, it doesn't have an operational windmill, I don't think, right?
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah,
okay.
It does.
Oh, man. I love this map so much. This is a perfect Halo map for me because it's a large map, but it's not a big team battle map.
Yeah.
So I would pick Blood Gulch because that's very classic and there's a lot of fun on Blood Gulch.
Yeah.
My favorite.
And so, but this does offer vehicle play and sniper play, or power weapons play, I should say.
Yeah.
And a small team. So I don't know. This is to me the perfect Halo map.
It's one of those things where it offers a lot of versatility, and I think that's important for especially
Halo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Halo. You definitely want the versatility.
You have Guardian in Halo 3 map that is really fun for like oddball and Team Slayer, but this is really good for every single game mode.
Yeah, this is I remember seeing a lot of this map. I mean,
is this the anniversary version?
Yeah, this is the anniversary one. What was I going to say? This map and I think Blood Gulch are the ones that people most associate with Halo, I think. Mainly because of Red versus Blue.
Yeah.
I think that's the introduction for a lot of people to Halo, just like a lot of normal people to Halo.
Yeah,
and it was like this map and Blood Gulch. And I think there's a couple of others that were like the main ones that their sets, quote unquote, that they would make those shows on.
Also, if you looked at if you remember the heat maps of these games, the heat map for Zanzibar is all over the place. Yeah. It's not just in 1 to 3 locations. It's the back, the middle, it's everywhere. And that's what I like about it. So having a firefight right here in vehicles is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Heat maps is crazy. You're looking up the heat maps for a lot of these. That's crazy. I don't know any heat maps for anything. I looked up
the heat maps for every single Halo map.
You gotta change that to like heat maps of
touching grass.
Yeah, there we go.
No thanks.
I absolutely blew that.
So that's my number 2.
My number 1 of all time for me personally, firing range, Black Ops 1. This is
great map.
You start having some class.
This is my favorite map of all time. Specifically the Black Ops 1 version. They brought it back, I think, in like 3 or 4 times in other Black Ops games. But this is the map that I most have the like fondest memories with when it comes to Call of Duty. I remember playing this map.
I like how they show the lanes right there.
Yeah,
perfect.
This is a fantastic map. It doesn't offer the versatility as much so much more as like some of the other Call of Duty maps that I mentioned. But this one is just like it's one of those things I can draw this map on the back of my hand.
This is a great flanking map as well.
Yeah, and it's just like I played it so much.
Look, he's doing it.
There's so many different things that you could do on this map that are fun that require like lots of hectic combat, but not in the way that's annoying like Nuketown or Shipment is.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And it feels like there's sensible spawns at times. You can kind of get the vibe of everything that's happening in the map. And that allows you to kind of play it a certain way. And it's good on a bunch of different game modes, too.
I love it on Domination because you can huck grenades. Like, if someone's on C, you can huck it from one end to the other if you know where to throw.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
It's my favorite. I love this map. And Black Ops 1, 2 kind of had when it came to their multiplayer maps, it more so than like a lot of the other Call of Duty games, it had a vibe to it that matched the rest of like the campaign, if that makes sense. And that, I think, gives bonus points to the multiplayer maps, in my opinion. So, like, when you go and play, like, Summit is another one that you play on Black Ops 1. It feels like a Cold War, like, radar satellite that was just, like, out of use. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that, it kind of has this vibe as well. You're, like, you're Guantanamo Bay, technically, and you're in Cuba, and it feels like kind of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Firing Range, that's my number 1. I love this map. Again, I could draw it on the back of my hand, and my favorite. Love Firing Range.
You didn't have a Halo on your...
Yeah, you guys know how I am at Halo. Okay, I didn't play a lot of multiplayer Halo.
Oh,
I was single player Halo guy. I didn't play a lot of multiplayer when I was younger. I didn't have the internet for a long time when I was younger, so it was like Halo to me was a single player game.
Yeah.
So that was just who I was. Anyways,
cool. All right, number 1, and this is the greatest map of all time.
This would be my number 1 too.
Okay,
but for different reasons.
The greatest multiplayer map of all time, Dust 2 from Counter-Strike.
Dust 2.
And
that's the right answer.
It's had a lot of revisions, but nothing has ever changed the core of it. Yeah. What you're seeing, this is a global offensive map, right?
Yeah. This is CS2.
This is CS2?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're right. Yeah. It is the arena multiplayer map.
Yeah.
It started the entire 3-lane kind of philosophy of a multiplayer flow of a map.
Mm-hmm.
It is played at the highest level that you could possibly play a first-person shooter game, and that's pro Counter-Strike.
And I will mention too, you can play it at the highest level and at the lowest level, and you'll have drastically different experiences.
Oh, totally. It's just iconic areas. He's about to hit Catwalk. Everybody knows the call outs. I mean, how many catwalks are in video games? This is the catwalk.
I was going to say, I was talking to you about this and I mentioned it. I've never sat down and played this game because I don't have a PC. I've never had a PC. But I could draw this map. That's how iconic it is. I know it from Counter-Strike games, matches. Streamers play this map when they're playing Counter-Strike. This is the iconic multiplayer map. I could draw this map even though I've never played the game.
That's funny. I was like, you can't have this. You've never played it before. And you're like, I can draw it. And I was like, here, draw it. And he came to my office and he drew it. And it was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, it
wasn't perfect.
The scaling was a little messed up.
You got every major part. Yeah. Like you would say there's probably 8 major parts. This is one of them. And double doors.
Call out. Yeah. Like the call outs. I've never played the game before. I know the call outs. It's the map.
You have offense and defensive plays. You have, mid to B smoke split, and then where you smoke off that double door right here and smoke off behind you and you plant right here.
Yeah.
And this is like the iconic defusal map.
I was gonna say if we were making a list for most iconic multiplayer maps, this is number one, probably by far.
Yeah, but I put it number one as my favorite. It really is my favorite. I can play it on every era. It's amazing, and it's been around since 2001. It was actually originally designed
1.6,
developed by David Johnston in 2001.
Yeah,
from way before 1.6.
Oh yeah, that's Source, right? Or is that the first one?
No, 1.0. Just like it went through.
That adds up.
Yeah. It's basically a remake of Dust 1. That's why it's called Dust 2. It's called D-Dust for D for Defusal. And that I just have to have it on. It's my favorite game. It's my favorite map.
It's rare too where it basically unheard of where a game can go through as many iterations as it has and it still be the best map. And it's still the same. Yeah.
I mean, I could put my favorite maps of all time, all Counter-Strike, but I just didn't.
Right.
I mean, I'd put Train on there. I'd put Cache on there.
Yeah.
And Inferno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, but I mix it up.
Yeah.
So
Top 5. Fair number one. Welcome to the top 5. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I get it. I'm probably going to get roasted because it was basically all Call of Duty and Rainbow Six.
It's fine.
Sorry, guys.
There's a lot of those maps.
I like playing those games. All right, get over it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Give us your top 5. We'll see you.
How bad did we do?
Yeah. How bad did we do? Just leave that to me. We get it. We're sorry.